Yo, what up, Derek? All right. Sorry for getting this video out to you kind of late, my guy. Um, but yeah, we're about to do it. One take. Just one take in this. Okay. Sick. What up, Derek? Nice. Okay. Okay. Ah, you did. Ah, bro, I'm tweaking. See, I must have been in a hurry or something. I didn't see this. But yeah, you know. Okay, so you do mention your website here. I had sent you a text where I said I don't know if I saw it. You know, it must have been this color. I'm not gonna lie, that yellow on that white background. Missed it. I missed it. Okay, it said right there. Nice. There you go. That's good. I like that. See, you actually explain what it all does. It's good. It's good. This is good. You laying out the request that they kind of had. I like that. I'm pausing a lot because I'm really trying to give all the feedback that's like coming to my small brain. Um, excuse me. This is a really good shot, and I'm saying that because it's like I don't know. It feels real. Like something about you recording yourself when you're not like totally trying to be perfect, right? Like for the camera and thing like that. Something about that is just like very real. So that's pretty cool. Nice. Okay. I like that. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna be very, very again, like very nitpicky about every single thing. Um, and I may be wrong about some of the things that I'm like telling you. So just opinion. This is my opinion. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and watch it again. Nice. That's sick. Yeah, so looking back at it again, yeah, it's still that yellow font. And see here, can I go back on this? Okay, cool. Okay. Hey, so like I've already mentioned, um, right here. So like saying that, like if you want to work with somebody who gives 100%, that's I'm sure very true and stuff like that. It's just it's hard to really put that into perspective when it comes to something like this. Like what does giving 100% actually entail? You know, so I think even though that's such a really good metric, right? Like, oh, everybody wants to work with somebody who gives 100%, right? That's great, but it's kind of like too generic. I personally feel like it's too generic. Like if instead you said something like, if you want to work with somebody who's going to not only bring your ideas or creations to life, but also give you professional expertise and guide you the entire step of the way, you can work with someone like me, right? Like something like that, like something maybe like a little bit more specific. Um, yeah, that's what I would say about that. Because although again, like the 100% thing is great, I just feel like it's a bit generic. It's too general. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Too general. And then the yellow. Okay, see, like right there. So you said, check out my site, and then you put that on there. There's already so much text. There's already so much going on the screen. You know, you put this yellow thing on here. Not yellow thing. You know, you put your website thing. You know, for me, I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. If I didn't know exactly, like, I straight up would actually even put my glasses on right now. Okay, so I could see that a lot better. But still, I would say if you could do something, like my suggestion, of course, right? Like I may be wrong. My suggestion, like if you could do something where when you, like you're showing your website and then you say right here, when you bring up your website, get rid of the background, get rid of everything in the background, and if you could just make just either like your name, like just that, like the only thing on the screen somehow, just to make it like the most clear thing ever. Cause dude, I'm not gonna lie, I saw this already like a few times before doing this video, and I even had sent you a text message where I'm like, did you put your website on there? And so that could also be another thing that I just remembered I wanted to mention. I know in terms of when you compare this to an actual video, this is actually not that long, but I'm not gonna lie, I felt like it was just a little bit too long. I'll have to see, but it may just be because my attention retention is like messed up. But okay, so now this. All right, so I feel like one thing that you could have done here is that when you mention like, hey, somebody brought you on, um, mention their name drop that, especially if you're saying like, these guys are very like popular or something like that. Say like, you know, so and so, wonder what is that? Um, WanderCraft, brought me on, and then suddenly, that name drop right there. I mean, it holds a lot more weight than somebody brought me on. Let me sorry, let me. There you go. See, like one of the largest Minecraft survival multiplayer servers on TikTok, WanderCraft, invited me on board, and see, like, boom, name drop. And then now, of course, like I understand, people are looking at their screen and they could, clearly read and connect the dots, like, oh, he's building a project for someone. Oh, okay, the top left name is WanderCraft. Okay, that's most likely the person who is building it for, right? We could say that. However, from my experience, you want to remove as much thinking that the user or the viewer has to do, right? Like having to connect those dots, even though it's very simple, like, oh yeah, he's probably working for WanderCraft. If you would have mentioned that again, it would have just, okay, I don't even have to think about that, and I could just keep looking at the video and listening to what you're saying. It's again just my opinion, but yeah, next time you work with someone, name drop that, name drop who you're working with. And then perhaps, see, let me look at this again. I don't know if you actually dropped like the actual URL. Like if you actually drop the URL of the project, let me go ahead and see, because that could make it so even if it's people who aren't into what is this, Roblox or Minecraft, um, they can go and check out the project just to see your creation. Um, and so I think that's something that would have helped as well, as like show us that link. And I think you probably say to like look at the description and stuff. I'll have to see how to look at the description on TikTok. I'm not too familiar with it. That's sick. Dude, what if you did something? This is crazy. What if you did something where with the mouse, this may be too much, but you know how like, you're moving the cursor around, these characters could actually like follow the mouse, so it would be like this, and then all the characters would just be like, they'd be that would be so next level. Like, wow, that would just be insane. Like, how right here they do a little animation when you click on them, but yeah, if you had like I know there's a way to do that. I've seen it done before. Um, Not with this, but or even at that scale, but man, that would be just next level. Like if all their heads are turning and things like that, following the exact cursor, that'd be crazy. Cool. See, I think at this point, I'm not going to lie. I think at this point is where I'm like, this is kind of long. Oh, it's about to reach a minute. Okay. Oh, it is just 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute isn't a lot. See, okay, right there, boom. You said that thing that I felt like would have been perfect to say it also right here where you said the 100%. If you want to work with somebody who doesn't talk you out of your ideas, but instead helps you make them better and bring them to life, et cetera, et cetera, boom. I think that right here would have been better than the 100%. I just feel like 100% is like too, like, how do you, I understand it's like a measurement, like you can't give any more, you're giving 100%, but it's just such a hard kind of thing to really grasp. Like if I was a potential buyer, it'd be kind of hard for me to really be like, okay, what, I understand 100% means he's gonna give it his all, but what exactly does that mean? Because everybody has their different things of giving it their all, right? And I feel like it's also kind of already assumed that if you're hiring somebody, you're they're gonna give it their 100%. I personally feel like, I don't know, but yeah. So let me go back here. I'm wondering, and again, this is just me being very nitpicky and stuff like that. I wonder if you could add something to the website where it would actually tell you when it was last refreshed. I feel like that would be pretty cool, like addition to the website, um, to the client's your project. That's good. I'm gonna hear that again. Oh shoot. You have to drag the requirements out of them. That's good. To junk drawer. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Follow me for more. And if you want to see my other projects, make sure to visit my profile. And then boom, you're done. Yeah. This is pretty good, Derek. Yeah, that's kind of like my review. I know I was very nitpicky about certain things, but again, I may be right, I may be wrong, just my review, my opinions. And I hope that this helps you. And thank you for sharing.